In a small town called Honolulu, Hawaii, a baby boy was born on August 4th, 1961. His name was Barack Obama. Barack came into the world during a time when many people faced many challenges because of their backgrounds. His father came from Kenya, and his mother was from the United States. Sadly, his parents separated when he was very young. Barack lived with his mother and his grandparents. Growing up, he learned that life could be difficult, but he also learned about love and support from his family. They taught him strong values and the importance of kindness. As a child, Barack faced his own struggles. He often felt different from other kids. He was a mix of white and black cultures. This made him feel alone at times. Children can be tough, and sometimes they say hurtful things. Barack learned that accepting who you are is not always easy, but it is necessary. He began to understand his emotions and how to deal with them. This taught him valuable lessons about accepting himself. It helped him realize that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. This early understanding would become very important in his life as he grew older. School was another challenge for Barack. He loved reading and learning. His teachers often noticed that he was smart and curious. However, he sometimes struggled with feelings of confusion. He wondered if he belonged in his new home. When he was in high school, he moved to a different school. This was a new environment, and he had to make new friends. Barack felt unsure and nervous. Yet, he found comfort in playing sports. He enjoyed basketball very much. The game gave him joy and helped him express himself. His love for the sport taught him about teamwork and friendship. Barack also started to explore his interests. He enjoyed writing and often wrote poetry. This helped him understand his feelings better. Writing allowed him to put his thoughts on paper and look at them from a new angle. It helped him feel less alone. Through writing, he could share his emotions and connect with others. This was an important step toward becoming a leader. His early struggles with identity, friendship, and feelings would shape the person he would become in life. Barack sometimes felt the weight of the world on his shoulders. However, he learned not to let frustration control him. Instead, he took a breath and faced his problems head-on. One important lesson he learned was to ask for help when he needed it. He understood that everyone faces challenges. Some days are easier than others, but each day is a new chance to grow. It is okay to feel sad or lost at times. What is important is to keep moving forward. These experiences, both good and bad, made Barack Obama stronger. They helped him build emotional intelligence and a growth mindset. He learned that it was important to believe in himself. The challenges he faced made him realize that he could use his experiences to help others. Barack's early life was filled with many ups and downs, yet each moment was a step toward a brighter future. With every test, he found peace within himself. Each lesson was a brick in the wall of his character. This positive attitude is what would later empower him to lead and inspire others. Barack Obama's journey teaches us that we all have the strength to overcome our challenges and create our own paths. As Barack Obama continued to grow, he reached a turning point in his emotional journey. This moment came during his time in college, when he faced a personal challenge that shook his confidence. Barack was studying at Occidental College in Los Angeles. He started to understand that he wanted to make a difference in the world. However, the pressure of his studies and his future was overwhelming. One day, while walking in the park, he felt lost and unsure. The trees surrounded him, but he felt alone. It was during this time that he had a breakthrough. He realized that he had the power to change his situation. He began to think about his emotions and the choices he made every day. This moment of self-discovery opened his eyes. Barack learned that feelings are natural, but it is how we manage them that matters. Instead of pushing his feelings away, he decided to embrace them. He understood that it was okay to feel anxious or scared. These feelings showed that he cared about his future. He began to write his thoughts in a journal. Writing helped him process his emotions patiently. With each word, he felt lighter. As he moved forward, Barack faced significant obstacles in his life. After college, he became involved in community organizing in Chicago. He sought to support those in need. However, not everyone agreed with his views. Some people pushed back against his ideas. This made him feel angry and frustrated. At times, he asked himself if he was making the right choices. Instead of letting these emotions consume him, he focused on understanding them better. Barack learned to listen to others, even when they disagreed with him. He remembered his lessons about patience and acceptance. Barack also faced challenges in public life. When he started his political career, the pressure increased. Many people had high expectations for him. There were moments when criticism felt heavy. Some people did not believe he could succeed. Instead of letting these doubts bring him down, he found strength within himself. He remembered the early days in school when he felt like an outsider. He used that experience to fuel his resolve and motivation. During tough times, instead of retreating, Barack stepped up to unify others. He spoke openly about challenges in hopes of connecting with people. This honesty showed his vulnerability and helped people trust him. He learned to manage his relationships with those who believed in him and even those who did not. Barack made it clear that he wanted to listen and grow. This approach guided him through difficult conversations. Through every setback, Barack found courage. He understood that emotional intelligence was the key to dealing with adversities. Each failure taught him something new. Every moment of doubt turned into a chance to become better. He was learning that he could not only navigate his feelings, but also help others do the same. Barack's journey teaches us a vital lesson. When we face challenges, we can turn those moments into powerful opportunities for growth. Through emotional awareness and understanding, we can rally ourselves and others. Everyone has the strength to rise above difficulties and transform our situations into steps towards success. As Barack continued his journey, he realized that hard work and dedication were essential for his growth. Each challenge he faced pushed him to develop his emotional intelligence further. One of the most important skills he learned was self-regulation. This skill helped him stay calm even when things got difficult. He worked hard to control his emotions instead of letting them control him. When he felt angry or upset, he would take a moment to breathe and think. This practice brought him peace, and it allowed him to respond thoughtfully to situations. Barack also learned the value of empathy. Understanding other people's feelings became a priority for him. He started to pay attention to those around him. He listened more and tried to see the world through their eyes. During his time in Chicago, he spoke to many community members. They shared their struggles, jobs, schools, and even safety issues. Each time he listened, he felt a deep connection. These experiences helped him realize that everyone has their own story, filled with hardships and hopes. This understanding connected him even more to the people he aimed to help. In addition to listening, Barack practiced mindfulness techniques. He often took quiet moments for himself. He would sit in a peaceful spot and try to clear his mind. He focused on his breath, which helped him connect with his feelings. Sometimes, he would even meditate. This practice kept his thoughts calm and his mind clear. It became easier for him to understand his emotions and how they affected his actions. Mindfulness opened doors for better decision-making. He learned to pause before reacting, which helped him respond with kindness and respect. The journey was not always easy, but Barack's dedication did not waver. He learned that developing emotional intelligence takes practice. He did not expect perfection overnight. As he faced conflict, especially on the campaign scene, he was tested time and again. Criticism became a common part of his life. Some people doubted him and his values. Yet, he remembered his early lessons about empathy and self-regulation. Instead of feeling defeated, he chose to see these challenges as opportunities for growth. At public events, when he received harsh feedback, he focused on staying composed. Instead of letting negativity sink into his heart, he relied on his inner strength. He sought to understand the viewpoints of those who disagreed with him, rather than dismissing them. This approach only deepened his commitment to serving others. Barack became a bridge between people with different opinions. They often discovered common ground through their conversations. It was remarkable to see how listening opened doors. As challenges grew more intense, Barack recognized that building friendships was vital. He focused on his social skills. He sought support from mentors, friends, and family. He surrounded himself with positive influences. Together, they formed a network of encouragement and wisdom. Barack realized that he did not have to face difficulties alone. This community uplifted him, and he learned that asking for help is a strength, not a weakness. The rising action in Barack's story illustrates a powerful truth. Using emotional intelligence can transform experiences. By focusing on self-regulation, empathy, and building strong social connections, he forged a path forward. Each challenge became a chance to grow and inspire others. Barack's journey teaches us that, no matter what obstacles are in front of us, we have the power to become better, to learn, and, ultimately, to lead with grace. Each step he took affirmed that change is not only possible but also within reach for anyone willing to work at it. As Barack Obama stepped onto the stage for a major speech, a wave of nerves washed over him. This was a pivotal moment in his early career. The audience was there to hear his vision for change, but doubts crept into his mind. Did he really have what it took to inspire the crowd? During the weeks before the speech, there had been criticism. Some people doubted his plans, while others questioned his character. Negative comments filled the air like dark clouds, but Barack was determined to shine through them. Just days before this important speech, he faced an unexpected challenge. A news story broke that painted him in a bad light, questioning his values and intentions. This was a significant test of his emotional intelligence. The pressure weighed heavily on him. He felt hurt and frustrated. Yet, he knew he needed to push through these feelings. He took a deep breath, knowing that this was his moment to show what he was made of. As he stood backstage, he remembered the lessons he had learned about self-regulation and empathy. He closed his eyes and visualized the audience. They were just people, each with their struggles and hopes. He thought of their faces, their beliefs, and their dreams. When he reopened his eyes, he felt a shift within himself. Instead of focusing on his fear, Barack began to think about unity. He wanted to connect with people and remind them that they could create change together. This realization sparked a fire within him. When Barack walked onto the stage, he noticed the buzz in the crowd. He could feel their excitement and concern. They were ready to listen, but they were also skeptical. At that moment, he faced a choice. He could either shrink back into his worries or rise to the occasion and share his truth with courage. He took a deep breath and began to speak, pouring his heart into every word. He talked about his childhood, the challenges he faced, and the dreams he had for a better future. As he spoke, the crowd responded. He shared his vision with passion and authenticity. His message was clear. Every person has the ability to make a difference. Together, they could work for change. Slowly, he could see the shift in people's faces. Doubts began to fade as the audience felt the power of his words. This was an emotional breakthrough, not just for him, but for everyone listening. However, the climax of this story was not just in the speech itself. As he finished, he knew he had taken a stand for his beliefs. In facing criticism and doubt, he learned that vulnerability leads to strength. After the speech, people approached him with smiles and words of encouragement. It was proof that staying true to himself had touched their hearts. As he looked into their happy faces, he felt a sense of purpose deep inside. The struggles he had endured led him to this powerful moment. Barack learned that his emotional intelligence had guided him through one of the toughest challenges of his early career. He realized that when faced with adversity, being authentic and empathetic allows true connections to form. This experience taught him that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Through this pivotal moment, Barack felt empowered to continue his journey. His story became not just his own, but a reflection of the strength found in unity and hope. At that moment, he embraced his power to make a lasting impact on the world around him. After delivering his powerful speech, Barack Obama felt a surge of hope within himself. He had taken a significant step, but the journey was far from over. The challenges he faced were still present, and the obstacles ahead were daunting. However, Barack was now filled with a resilient spirit. He recognized that his emotional intelligence was his greatest asset. It was time for him to use what he had learned to inspire others. In the following weeks, as he continued his campaign, he kept receiving both support and setbacks. Some people loved his message, while others remained doubtful. Barack did not let negativity hold him back. Instead, he focused on the people who believed in him. He understood that it was crucial to connect with them. The challenges he faced did not break him. They actually strengthened his resolve. His resilience turned setbacks into learning moments. One day, during a community event, a young woman approached him. She looked scared and anxious. "I don't think I can do it," she said, tears welling in her eyes. She expressed her desire to stand up for her rights and get involved, but she feared that her voice would not be heard. Barack remembered his own feelings of doubt when he first started, so he took a moment to listen. He calmed her fears by sharing his own journey. He told her, "It's okay to feel afraid, but don't let fear stop you. Every great change starts with someone taking a first step." His words sparked joy in her eyes. Barack's empathy allowed her to feel understood. People around them began to gather, and they shared stories of their struggles too. This moment showed Barack how his emotional intelligence could build community. As they talked, he encouraged them to embrace their voices and stories. Together, they created a space where everyone felt valued. This powerful connection transformed the atmosphere of the event. Using his emotional intelligence, Barack continued to motivate others to rise above challenges. He organized town hall meetings where people could share their experiences. These gatherings brought a sense of hope. He saw how his words sparked action and inspired unity. More people decided to turn their worries into strength. It was amazing to witness the change in the community. Individuals who once felt powerless started to find their courage. As the campaign gained momentum, Barack began to understand that it was not just his journey, but a shared journey. He was not just leading a campaign, he was leading a movement. His emotional intelligence became his guiding light, helping him navigate through both success and difficulty. Because he remained calm during storms, others learned the value of staying positive in tough times. By demonstrating self-control, he taught them how to respond instead of react. This climax solidified Barack's path toward becoming a leader who could inspire change. His ability to relate to people and embrace their emotions made a real impact. He knew that emotional intelligence was not just important for himself, but also crucial for those around him. His journey became a reminder that by trusting ourselves and supporting one another, we can achieve great things. As Barack moved forward, he carried these powerful lessons with him. The challenges he faced shaped not only who he was but also who he wanted to become for others. Hope burned brighter in his heart, showing him that resilience and empathy can change the world. As Barack Obama continued his journey, the road ahead was not always smooth. Many people admired him for his determination, but few understood the real struggles he faced. Deep down, he had a dream that burned brightly, the dream to make a true difference in people's lives. However, this dream did not come without significant obstacles. Every step toward his goal was filled with doubt, criticism, and setbacks. During his early years in politics, Barack encountered major challenges. People questioned his experience, intelligence, and dedication. Some even tried to box him into a stereotype because of his background. There were moments in which despair knocked on his door, whispering that he was not enough. It was hard for him to ignore that voice. It whispered that his efforts might never lead to the change he dreamed of. Yet, amidst all the noise, a part of Barack continued to believe that he could rise above the limitations. One important week came when he was preparing for a key debate in his campaign. He felt overwhelmed by the weight of expectation. Questions filled his mind. What if I fail? What if people don't believe in me? The pressure was intense. It was during this time that he faced a choice: allow doubt to take shape or push through by reaffirming his purpose. Barack decided he would not give in to fear. Instead, he would focus on the reasons why he started this journey. He reflected on why making a difference was so important to him. He thought about the people he met during his community organizing days. Their stories of hope and struggle reminded him of why he wanted to serve. This realization lit a fire of determination within him. He began to visualize his goals clearly. Barack used visualization techniques to see not just his future, but also the impact he wanted to make. He could imagine a better world and the lives he could touch. As he prepared for the debate, he practiced with care. He spoke not just about policies, but also about humanity, empathy, and dreams. This approach changed his mindset. Each time he practiced, he felt more confident. Instead of focusing on potential failures, he allowed hope to grow. He stopped thinking about the judgment of others and started believing in the purpose behind his words. The night of the debate arrived, filled with tension and uncertainty. But as Barack stepped onto the stage, he felt different. He could see a crowd eager for change. While knowing there were risks ahead, he had finally realized that every obstacle was an opportunity to learn and grow. The determination in his heart was louder than the doubts swirling around him. During the debate, Barack spoke passionately, reaching into the hopes of many. His warmth shone brightly as he shared not only facts, but also genuine feelings. With each answer, he breathed life into his vision. People found inspiration in his words. They could see a leader who understood their struggles and believed in their dreams. This moment was a turning point for Barack. He transformed his despair into determination. He realized that even the greatest leaders face difficulties. What matters most is how we rise above them. The challenges became stepping stones to the future he envisioned. The atmosphere in the room shifted, filling with promise and positivity. Barack's story proved to everyone that with perseverance and hope, even the hardest paths can lead to beautiful destinations. As he stood on that stage, he showed the world that dreams are achievable, and courage can change not just individual lives, but whole communities. After the intense debate, Barack Obama took time to reflect on his journey. The experience had been both challenging and rewarding. He knew that he had reached a peak moment in his career, and now it was time to think about what came next. In his heart, he felt a wave of gratitude for everyone who supported him. The love from his family, friends, and the community fueled his passion. But he also recognized that the pressure and scrutiny had become intense. It was essential for him to focus on balancing his emotional well-being. To help himself grow, Barack began to make small changes in his life. He scheduled quiet time in his day. These moments allowed him to relax and think clearly. Mindfulness became an important practice. Instead of rushing through tasks, he learned to take a moment to breathe and reflect. This helped him understand his feelings better. He started journaling again, writing down thoughts and emotions stemming from each day. Writing became a tool for emotional healing and clarity. Barack also felt a strong need to give back to the community that had given him so much. He saw how the struggles that shaped him were shared by many others, and he wanted to help them find their strength. So he decided to host community forums where he could listen to people's stories. These events allowed him to share what he learned through his experiences. He encouraged others to find their voices and embrace their own journeys. As he spoke to communities across his city, he felt the power of connection. Each story shared during these forums was unique and poignant. It reminded him that everyone faces difficulties, but together, they could support each other. Barack realized how the fears he once experienced were not so different from those felt by the people he met. He listened with compassion as they spoke about their own struggles. The conversations weaved a beautiful tapestry of hope and resilience. Through these interactions, his emotional growth continued. Barack learned that by sharing his story, others also felt encouraged to share theirs. It created a safe space for growth and understanding. He saw that using empathy was key to making real changes. In doing so, he inspired people to take action in their own lives. It was heartwarming to see individuals begin to take steps toward their aspirations, embodying the very strength he admired in them. As time passed, Barack reflected on how much he had evolved since those early days of doubt and uncertainty. He now realized that challenges often lead to growth. He had faced fear, confusion, and criticism, but he also found resilience inside himself. That resilience became a guiding light not only for his journey, but for many others. The impact of his emotional intelligence grew beyond his expectations, leading him to serve as a beacon for hope. The feeling of fulfillment was immense. Barack embraced a newfound purpose. It was not just about political action. It was about lifting others and helping them realize their potential. Each conversation, each shared moment, deepened his understanding of what it meant to serve, by being a leader who cared deeply for those he represented. In these moments of reflection, Barack knew that his journey was just beginning. The lessons he learned set the stage for a life dedicated to empowering others. He felt encouraged by the path ahead, one filled with purpose and connection. Whatever came next, he was ready to face it with an open heart and a mind dedicated to making a difference, one moment at a time. His story proved that through reflection and growth, anyone could overcome challenges and shine brightly in the world. As Barack Obama continued to connect with his community, he found new ways to empower himself and those around him. His experiences taught him the true strength of emotional intelligence. He understood how vital it was not just to learn skills for himself, but to share those skills with others. This realization filled him with purpose. It became clear that personal empowerment was not a destination. It was a journey that he could share with his community. Barack began by openly talking about his own struggles. He shared moments of doubt, fears, and how he overcame them using emotional intelligence. By speaking about his past, he made his journey relatable. Many people felt encouraged to acknowledge their challenges. They saw that even someone like Barack had faced tough times but rose above them. This honesty created a bond between him and the people he served. During his community meetings, he introduced exercises that focused on growth. Barack encouraged everyone to set personal goals, no matter how small. He taught them that every step they took mattered. He shared the importance of resilience and keeping a positive mindset, even when things felt difficult. He reminded them that growth often comes from facing challenges head-on. This commitment to growth resonated deeply with many people. Like a quiet spark igniting a flame, hope began to spread through the crowd. Barack also encouraged individuals to listen to each other. He organized group discussions where everyone could share successes and struggles. In these circles of support, each voice added strength. Seeing and hearing others supported their self-awareness and empathetic growth. The encouragement was remarkable. People cheered for one another, celebrating every achievement, big or small. This simple act of acknowledgement made each person feel valued and empowered. The mindset of growth became contagious. Seeing how others succeeded fueled their desire to push forward. Barack observed how people started to take ownership of their lives. One woman shared how she had started a small business, inspired by a conversation they had. Another man spoke about how he had begun speaking at schools. These stories filled Barack's heart with joy. He recognized the power that lay in sharing ideas and dreams. In teaching emotional intelligence, Barack learned that it empowered him, too. By focusing on his own growth alongside others, he found new strength within himself. He embraced challenges and felt more alive than ever. Each meeting added to his understanding of how emotional intelligence could change lives. He could see firsthand how it transformed people from feeling alone to feeling empowered. Barack celebrated this transformation, knowing that it was not just about him anymore. As he inspired others, they began to empower one another. The emotions they had once hidden transformed into energy. Anger turned into passion, and fear turned into bravery. This switch triggered a wave of positive actions that spread through the community. People started collaborating on projects, creating local initiatives, and coming together to support those in need. As Barack reflected on this journey, he felt proud. The vision he held for a better community was coming to life. His emotional intelligence not only helped him grow, but inspired others to embrace their own potential. This gift became a cycle of empowerment, where one person's growth sparked another's. Barack saw that he was part of something much larger. Together, they were building a community that believed in change, togetherness, and hope. With every encouraging word and every shared experience, they moved closer to a brighter future. Each step taken was a reminder that emotional intelligence lights the path to strength and unity. As Barack Obama continued his mission to empower his community, he felt a sense of purpose building inside him. However, he also knew that many people, including himself, had faced serious limitations while striving for their dreams. The desire to bring about meaningful change pushed him forward, but the challenges could be heavy. These heavy moments reminded him of early struggles in his journey. They paved the way for his growth and gave his experiences more depth. Barack often reflected on a time when he first entered politics. Those days were filled with more questions than answers. He faced much uncertainty, coupled with doubt. It was not easy taking that first step to serve. The reaction from some was cold. People told him to stay in his lane, saying he could not make a difference. But deep down, he believed in his vision. This dream to create change drove him, even through discouragement. The main challenges did not stop there. He discovered that he needed to learn to connect with all kinds of people, especially those who disagreed with him. This helped him grow as a leader. Barack learned the importance of listening, even when someone's views felt different from his own. It was during this learning stage that he understood how to foster respect and unity. Despite the barriers he faced, he used emotional intelligence to keep pushing forward. Recognizing these past challenges inspired Barack to look forward and take action. He understood that encountering failures was not a sign of weakness. Instead, it was part of the journey to achieving his dreams. With this understanding, he began preparing for concrete steps to face his goals head-on. He wanted to show others that they too could overcome their personal challenges. He believed with all his heart that everyone has the power to rise above and achieve their own dreams. Barack shared simple steps with his community. First, he encouraged them to define their goals clearly. "What is it that you truly want to achieve?" he would ask. He inspired them to write down what meaningful change looked like in their lives. This act of writing was not just a task, it was a commitment to themselves. Next, he guided people to recognize and embrace their emotions. He urged them to reflect on moments of struggle and learn from them. It is essential to understand that setbacks can be opportunities for growth. Barack illustrated this by sharing his worst doubts. He opened up about challenges he faced as a young politician. Through honesty and vulnerability, he showed them that they were not alone in their fears. This reaffirmation forged a strong partnership between him and the community, allowing everyone to feel accepted. Once people found their goals and acknowledged their emotions, Barack urged them to take action. "Every journey begins with a single step," he reminded them. It could be as simple as talking to a friend about their dreams or volunteering in their communities. Building connections and taking those first steps were vital to creating change. This understanding solidified Barack's belief that it was possible to achieve meaningful goals despite challenges. The growth he experienced prepared him and his community for the next important steps ahead. Barack's heart swelled with pride as he watched others grow alongside him. They started to uplift one another, inspiring a wave of progress and excitement throughout the community. He knew that they were on the path to making their dreams come true, one step at a time, believing in their strength to rise and succeed. Barack Obama stands today at the heart of a vibrant community filled with hope and determination. His journey from self-doubt to becoming a respected leader has shaped every aspect of his current life. He has learned invaluable lessons, not just about politics, but about the strength found in connection and empathy. Those experiences have fueled his passion for serving others and empowering them to recognize their potential. As of now, Barack dedicates his time to several important projects. He has established a foundation aimed at supporting leadership development in young people. Recognizing that the leaders of tomorrow will shape the future, he believes in inspiring them to dream big and work hard. Through mentorship programs and workshops, Barack shares his story and encourages the youth to believe in themselves. He aims to ignite the same passion he felt when he first embarked on his journey. Barack is also involved in community initiatives focused on education and social justice. He knows that everyone deserves a chance to succeed. To this end, he partners with schools and organizations, working to provide resources and opportunities that may not have been available before. Barack understands that early support can change lives, and he invests in programs that nurture talent and ambition. He wants to ensure that every young person feels equipped to pursue their dreams, regardless of their background. His journey has taught him about resilience in the face of challenges, and he uses that experience to inspire others. Every time he speaks to a group, he shares the highs and lows of his story. Barack tells them about the moments when he felt uncertain, reinforcing that these feelings do not define one's future. Instead, they are stepping stones to personal growth. He encourages everyone to transform their fears into action, reminding them that each person holds the power to create change. Barack's interactions with the community are filled with warmth. He actively listens to their stories and concerns, truly respecting their feelings and experiences. This connection allows him to understand the unique challenges people face in their lives. By fostering open communication, he shows that everyone can contribute to improving their community. Many have said how empowering it feels to share their thoughts with him, knowing he values their voices. The impact of Barack's work is beginning to show. Many young leaders are stepping up and taking action in their communities. They are forming groups, helping others, and sharing their stories with confidence. Watching them grow fills Barack with pride, and he recalls his early days of uncertainty. It is a reminder of how far he has come and a reassuring sign that change is possible. Looking forward, Barack remains hopeful. He is aware that challenges will arise again, but he approaches each one with a renewed sense of purpose. As he continues to work tirelessly, he inspires others to embrace their own journeys. The key is to stay committed, learn from setbacks, and lift one another up. In the end, Barack Obama's journey illustrates that transformation is within everyone's reach. His story encourages readers to believe in their abilities and to recognize the importance of supporting one another. The lessons he learned drive him to keep fighting for a better future every day. Barack knows that together, they can achieve greatness, and this belief carries them all toward their dreams, hand in hand. Barack Obama's journey is filled with powerful lessons that can inspire everyone. As he reflects on his life and the experiences that shaped him, he understands that challenges are often opportunities for growth. His story teaches us that it is okay to feel doubt. It is how we deal with those feelings that can lead us to greatness. Each setback he faced became a chance to learn and become a better person, a reminder that progress often comes from hard work and resilience. One of the most important lessons he shares is the value of connection. Throughout his life, Barack learned that building relationships is vital. By listening to others, we create a bond that transforms lives. He encourages everyone to be open and compassionate. When we open our hearts to hear other stories, we foster understanding and unity. This belief in collaboration can make a difference, whether in our communities or upon a larger scale. Barack's story also emphasizes the power of perseverance. He believes that a determined spirit can overcome even the most significant obstacles. Each time he faced criticism, he reminded himself of his purpose and vision. This focus kept him moving forward. He wants people to understand that no dream is too big. With dedication and hard work, any goal is possible. By sharing his experience, he illustrates that every individual has the potential to change the world in their unique way. Furthermore, Barack's commitment to lifting others highlights the importance of service. He believes that the most meaningful achievements come when we help those around us. Through his work with youth and community programs, he illustrates how empowering others enriches our lives. When we invest in someone else's growth, we create a positive cycle of development. This lesson inspires people to take action within their communities. It shows the impact that one person can have on many lives. The legacy that Barack Obama leaves is one of hope and possibility. He proves that through hard work and belief in oneself, anything is achievable. His journey demonstrates that every story matters. Even during difficult times, hope can light the way forward. By embracing our feelings, offering support, and never giving up, we can build a better future together. People are inspired by Barack's journey, not just for what he accomplished, but for how he made others feel. He provided a voice for those afraid to speak, demonstrating that every person has the power to influence change. The impact on society is immense. He has inspired a generation to dream bigger, to aspire not only for personal success, but for the good of others. In the end, Barack Obama encourages readers to reflect on their own journeys and to find courage in the challenges they face. His life serves as a reminder that growth comes with discomfort. With every lesson learned, we can push the boundaries of what is possible. This realization empowers us to embrace our own stories and rise above adversity. As Barack has shown, when we believe in ourselves and support one another, we can leave a lasting legacy of hope, unity, and progress. The narrative of one person's journey to greatness inspires countless others to pursue theirs, creating a ripple effect of positivity and change in the world.